Looks like next up we have Dante. I'm not sure what Dante wants to talk about. I guess we're going to find out. Dante, welcome to stream. If you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Hey, how you doing, Jovan? I'm 29, and I go by he, him.
Okay, now Dante, you said a friend of yours told you to call in. Is that correct?
Yeah, my friend Nala, she said that it'd be interesting to hear us talk because I have a lot of political views that are I'm more in the middle rather than on either side kind of thing.
Okay.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little uneducated when it comes to current events. I kind of stopped watching it because it's just so stressful these days.
All right. Well, Dante, what would you label yourself politically? Like, easier question, who did you vote for in the last election?
Okay, that does simplify things. I will tell you this. I did vote for Donald Trump, but I believe that I was a victim of misinformation type of shit because I was only hearing shit like Kamala Harris is an alcoholic, Joe Biden is dying, and blah, 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 all this other stuff. I was just hearing a lot of negative things. And my father, of course, he's a conservative. I live in North Carolina, so, I'm around a bunch of rednecks everywhere. So I hear that all the time. And my dad's like, you better vote for Trump, son. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And now I'm seeing all the crazy stuff going on with food stamps. Like, I'm on food stamps. I have disabilities myself, and I'm suffering from it as a white guy, a white cisgender guy. And by the way, I am pansexual, so if that adds into the equation at all.
Okay.
So I don't know what I would consider myself politically these days. I wouldn't say I'm left because they're doing a lot of crazy shit too. And I wouldn't say I'm right because they're doing a lot of crazy shit.
Well, what crazy stuff is the left doing that you disagree with?
Just all the protests are getting out of hand, man. People getting arrested and fucking injured and stuff like that. There's better ways to go about it, I feel like.
What are the left doing to make the protests get out of hand, though, specifically?
Oh, come on now.
Come on, what?
Screaming in people's faces, stuff like that, interrupting businesses, like that had nothing to do with politics.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Okay, so hold on.
I see that stuff happening.
So hold on, Dante, because screaming isn't illegal, right? So I shouldn't be arrested for screaming. No, not at all, but
it's just no. I'm not saying people are getting arrested for screaming. I'm just saying it's disruptive to the day-to-day.
Well, a protest is supposed to be disruptive. It's a protest. A protest that isn't disruptive is just like a hangout session.
Well, I'm just saying, like, for normal businesses and people who have stuff that they got to do that has nothing to do with politics or anything to do with what they're protesting, they're suffering from it too. And that's the thing that I don't approve of.
What was the most recent protest about? Do you know?
I couldn't even tell you, man. Like I said, I have been a little off the grid since like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I just stopped fucking watching the shit.
But don't you think if you don't even know what the last protest was about, you might not have all the information on protests to have the opinion that you have?
Well, I don't have all of it, but what I've seen, what I've witnessed. I've seen crazy shit. I've seen crazy stuff from the right as well. I'm not saying like the left is the bad guys or anything. I'm just saying I don't agree with how either side is handling it. People getting shot, assassinations, all this other stuff. Like with Charlie Kirk, God bless him. I don't want anybody to die. I didn't agree with a lot of his views, but I don't want anybody to die, get shot. I don't know if it was necessarily a leftist who shot him. I don't really know anything about that story, but
okay. What about because like here you're saying like the left is doing this, the right is doing that, but like politically, the right is who's in power. So like the people suffering right now are at the hands of like Trump and his ilk. Like I'm just confused about what like the left, at least politically, because right, you say you don't know where you align politically, but like what is the political left doing in the country that you disagree with? Because the political left aren't the one protesting. That's civilians.
They're alienating the people who are on the right rather than wanting to gain their support and trust. They're like
alienating them.
By okay, come on. Anytime you see like a conservative with a Trump hat on, a liberal or somebody's gonna start screaming at him. I've seen this happen, like in my state, in my town, my city. I've seen people get like yelled at, screamed at, people rip their hat off. So it's just a lot of violence, and I don't know why it's got to be so violent. I'm not saying everybody is violent on the left or anything like that. It's just
I don't know how we can even compare violence between the left and the right when the right has weaponized ICE and militarized ICE to a point that they're like tackling mothers who are citizens outside of their car for not producing their information fast enough, or they're tear gassing peaceful protesters, or they're firing crowd suppressant shots into crowds of peaceful protesters. I don't know how we can even compare violence from the left and the right.
So do you think it's more of like an anarchy type of thing?
No, I think the right is weaponizing violence on a state level, whereas the left, you might have some people who get mad and like do some things individually, but they're not weaponizing violence on the state level like the right is.
Right. Well, they can't. They don't have the power to do it.
Even when they did, even when Biden was in charge, he didn't weaponize the state against people on the right.
No, not at all. But the right wasn't really protesting like that.
It doesn't matter about just protests, right? Like ICE harming people isn't just protesters, right? ICE has arrested 100
they're going after
170 citizens. Like they're not just going after illegal immigrants; they're going after legal citizens as well. ICE will camp out of people's immigration hearings and arrest them before they can even speak to a judge. Like people going through the legal process.
You got some statistics on that? Because that's crazy.
Do I have statistics on it? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
what are you looking for specifically?
Let's look at the source on that, because I got to see that. That's crazy.
Sure, hold on.
That is fucking wild if that's actually true. I'm sorry if I'm cussing too much. Am I allowed to cuss? I don't really know your show.
Yeah, I don't care about cursing.
Okay.
I guess I should add this to my source list while I'm doing it, since I'm here already. What is today? November what?
Today is the 3rd. And I appreciate you actually having a conversation with me. Most people don't give me the time of day. I guess my friend Nala loved you, by the way. Shout out to Nala.
All right, so the ACLU has a giant overview about quite literally this ICE camping out in front of courthouses and whatever. The full report is called "Freezing Out Justice: How Immigration Arrests at Courthouses Are Undermining the Justice System." So if you want to look up that full report, it goes into detail.
It's in your source list.
Yeah. And this, by the way, this was there, and we can just like look at. There's even more. When we look at like the overall detention stats, like 71.5% of people currently being detained by ICE have no criminal conviction. That's pretty fucked up, you know?
Yeah, but from what I was hearing, at least from the news and stuff, is that they were like MS-13, the people that weren't illegal immigrants.
What?
They were like gang members or some shit. I don't know.
How when they don't have any criminal? They don't have any criminal convictions. What? How do we know they're like what?
Well, I'm just telling you what I heard, man. I'm not saying that I believe it or it's fact. I'm just telling you what I have heard. Like I'm saying, there's so much misinformation, especially among white families that are all conservative. Like I only hear one side of everything, essentially.
Okay, well I'm giving you the other side right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And that side is that the current
Are you a homosexual yourself? I'm just wondering.
What?
Are you a homosexual yourself?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because I was also going to ask about trans rights and stuff like that. How you feel about stuff like that?
Yeah, but what would me being gay have to do with any of that?
I was just curious, honestly.
Short answer, no. Long answer, also no.
Okay, fair enough. But do you support like gay rights and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And do you feel like the right is taken away from that at all?
I feel like the right is putting a concentrated effort to remove established civil liberties that gay people possess, such as marriage and adoption and things like that.
Really? I haven't heard anything about that.
I mean, multiple
They're
people on the
trying to
right,
stop.
want to reverse Obergefell v. Hodges, which is what gave gay people the right to get married in the country. They want it overturned.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I've been under a fucking rock, dude.
Huh?
I said I've been under a rock.
I would agree.
So they're trying to get rid of gay marriage and what was the other thing? Adoption?
They prefer gay couples aren't able to adopt. Yes.
How do you say prefer? Are they actually putting that into effect, or is that just
Some
like
Republican legislatures have put it into bills. They have not been passed, but they have put it into bills. But even if we're tracking the
on a federal
anti-LGBT
level or just like
state, this would be state level.
You know,
But if
I
we're
thought that was already
tracking,
like that.
if we're using the anti-LGBT bill tracker, like there's a tracker online that looks at like it's from the ACLU that just maps the amount of anti-LGBTQ bills that are introduced just in whatever year we're in 2025. There have been 616 anti-LGBTQ bills introduced into either the House or the Senate.
Wow, and that's all from the right.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if you found one of these bills that were introduced by the
From the
left.
left. Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of turncoats.
But
Like,
so
what was that
again,
lady's name?
but I just want to say this is what I mean when I say like which side is really the violent side. I say it's the side going after people's civil rights and liberties. The left's not doing that.
I mean, they can't.
Well, they weren't doing that when they were in power either.
I got a few more topics here that I could get into with you. You can feel free to say yes or no to any of them. How do you feel about children getting beta blockers and testosterone boosters and stuff like that?
Children getting beta blockers.
Yeah, for like hormone therapy and stuff. To transition.
Yeah, if you're asking me how I feel about gender affirming medical care, I'm for it.
For children, though, like underage children.
My answer stays the same. Yes, I'm for gender affirming medical care.
Can I have a hot take real quick?
Sure.
I really don't think that a child has the full wherewithal of who they are. Like, if we won't let a kid smoke until they're 21 or drink until that age, I really don't think they should be making decisions that affect their body forever, their whole life, at that young of an age. Because they might, regret that later on.
The regret rate for gender affirming medical care in youth is 1%.
Now, where are you getting that from?
Studies.
That's all you got for me in studies?
I mean, would you like the name of the study?
I mean, I don't know. I've heard a lot of
like. If I give you the name, are you going to actually write it down and look it up? Because if the answer is no, then honestly, it's easier to just say studies.
I still have that other thing. I'm gonna look at that other thing about them sitting out in front of courthouses when I get off the call as well.
Okay, so the study.
I'm actually interested in this.
The study is called Re-Identification with Birth Registered Sex in a Western Australian Pediatric Gender Clinic Cohort. And it found that when it comes to gender affirming medical care, the regret rate for youth is about 1% on the high end.
Does that give you like an age range?
Yeah, it would be children. Hold on, let me pull up the methodology. It's patients aged 13 to 15, and then they followed those patients for 6 years.
I'm not saying that everybody would regret it, but there are those cases. Even 1%, is a terrible.
I agree that there are people who regret their transition or regret going through medical procedures and things like that. But when it comes, but hold on. But I just to finish my thought, I wouldn't remove medical care for 99% of people because 1% of people regret it.
Right. Okay, that does make sense. And I was going to make a point that some people regret just having plastic surgery in general, like on their face or nose. But they make that decision, and I guess they have the right to do it. I'm just saying that I don't agree with it personally. But everybody's allowed to do whatever they want. Okay, do your thing. But I think there should be like at least, 16, 17. There should be at least an age limit on that.
Well, if they're 16 or 17, they would be above the age where puberty blockers are needed because they would be finished with puberty already. Well, yeah,
that is true.
You don't take puberty blockers after puberty.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know, man. It's crazy to me.
Well,
okay, the other thing.
What's crazy about
the other thing I got? I don't know, man. They're kids, and I think that anything gender related.
I know they're kids, yeah. That doesn't tell me what's crazy about it. Like just because they're children.
And they're getting surgery on their genitals and stuff, man.
Children aren't getting surgery on their genitals. The age range for people to get bottom surgery is 18. There are some one-off cases of like 17-year-olds, but like children, like people under the age of 15, none of them are getting bottom surgery.
Oh, really? See, that's what I was talking about as well.
Yeah. Yes.
I thought it was in some states you can do it whenever.
No.
As long as you got parents' permission or something like
that. No.
So you're informing me. I like this. I needed this.
All right.
I appreciate you, Jovan.
No worries.
Well, so I would imagine that you are a left-wing person yourself, like full left.
I'm a communist, so yes.
You're a communist. That's a wild statement.
I don't think it's that wild. I read some books and said this is the better system, and then went with that.
Isn't Putin a communist?
Putin? No.
Yeah.
No.
What, they got a democracy over there? I don't even know what Russia's about.
Russia has an authoritarian dictatorship.
Dictatorship? That's even worse. I thought communists wanted to like ration things out to such a degree that everybody has basically nothing.
Nope. Communists want to make sure that everybody who lives has their basic needs met: food, water, shelter, and healthcare.
You're gonna have to. I hate to do this, but can you like go further into what communism is for me? I'm a little uneducated.
Communism is just the abolition of private property. Communists don't believe in private property. They don't believe in the means of production being able to be owned by one individual or a corporation. They believe that everybody, the community as a whole, should be in control of it.
So everybody should benefit off of everything.
Everybody should be able to benefit off of their own labor without being exploited. Yeah.
Well, but haven't every civilization that went by communism basically crashed and burned?
Nope. Short answer, no.
Because
Long answer, also no.
Russia used to be communist, right?
Nope. Russia's been socialist at best. They've had a communist party, and they've even had times where that communist party has been in charge, but they have not themselves in turn been communist. Like the country itself has not been communist.
I see. So what is your vision for America in like 5 years? Like if it went exactly the way you wanted it to, what would you see it being in 5 years?
Everybody would have food, water, shelter, and healthcare.
That's generalized. I mean, like for real, what changes would you want to see happen? Like for real.
We move away from a system of private property ownership and of corporations and corporatism into a system in which people own their own means of labor, and those people in each community gets to decide where that the fruits of that labor are put to, and we eliminate things like mass hunger, mass thirst, healthcare inequality, and wealth inequality by eliminating private ownership.
So you that's a thing with like the homeless crisis almost as well, right?
Yeah, we shouldn't have a homeless crisis in the United States.
You know how many homeless people there are in like
in the country? There are 600,000.
Yeah, and that's basically, I don't know, I want to say like a fourth of the country.
That's not a fourth. There's 300 million people in the country.
Okay, well look, man, I'm not good at math.
That's not even 1% of them.
I'm from North Carolina, man.
Okay.
And I'm a little high right now, I'm not gonna lie. But I think the homeless problem is detrimental to everything that's going on in this country, especially with how we look to other countries. We look so weak. We can't even take care of our own fucking people, you know?
That's why I'm a communist.
But what politician, I should say, do you think would fucking run as communist for president?
None of them that are actively campaigning in the U.S.
Do you think that's a possibility in the future?
I don't think it's possible for somebody who's an establishment politician to lead us into communism, no.
You think it's going to have to be like an actual person to stand up and do it?
I think it's going to take a mass worker revolution in whatever way that unfolds.
Oh, it's people.
Yes, communism is not going to be able to be achieved by like one person. It's a communal effort.
Be a conglomerate.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big word.
Conglomerate?
Yeah, there's a lot of syllables in there.
4?
Yeah. What word do you always say? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? That's got a lot of syllables.
All right, well, Dante, it's been a good talk.
All right, brother. I love you, man.
Hey, thank you all for watching this video. If you don't know me, I'm Jovan Bradley. I'm a leftist content creator who does debates, political commentary, gaming, and more. If this is your first video, thanks for sticking to the end, and I hope you subscribe. I post videos daily, and there are hundreds of past debates on my page for you to enjoy. Thank you to all my YouTube members. Your continued support helps me create as much as I can. Consider joining. A membership starts at $2.99 and gets you access to our community Discord, early access to videos, and more. Shout out to my Tier 4 members, Red Fairy DF, Ellie McReady, Not 3.6R, Sylvia Snow, Paul D, Zurith Moonpaw, Kazim, Never Again, Bamji, Emery Imogene, Ayla Ursus, Call Me Vel, Kelsey K, Jake Gorshander, Matthew Holloway, Vampy, Yemye, Mealy, and Dragon Nerd. Your continued support goes a long way in helping me continue the fight for equity, justice, and education. Thank you again for watching.